Hello. My name is Selaz Trae. And today, I am going to speak about the biggest change in World of Warcraft's pet battle in a while. When BFA has ended, the script for broken defense has been rebuilt, from plus 100% to plus 50% taken damage increase. I assume it was meant to stop players using this technique as a setup in PvE situation. For example, if you want to face a legendary pet, you can just bring a high-speed rabbit and make him die turn 1, then wrecking the opponent with a strong pet with strong technique. This gave the possibility to rush some. On the other hand, the technique similar to Flock and Stampede damage has been increased. Which mean that, in a lot of situation, the old way to defeat a specific pet with a specific family team remains viable. Let's talk about done and taken damage reduction. In World of Warcraft pet battle, damage are calculated as follow. First you add all the increase of damage you have, for example, plus 50% damage from Amplify Magic and plus 25% from Beast passive give plus 75% damage increase, and you multiply this to the increase of taken damage from the other pet, or on you if you body smash. If you want to go further on this, I can make a video about it. But it's not the point. The point is, Elite and Legendaries enemies have 50% damage reduction. So, assuming that a pet take normally 100% damage, those take 100% minus 50% equals 50% damage. With the old script, they took 100% plus 100% minus 50% equals 150% damage. From 50% to 150 damage taken. Which means they took thrice more damage only thanks to the broken defense debuff. As I said, Flock and Stampede-like techniques basic damage are now increased. Going from 9 basic damage for 3 turn to 9 then 15 then 21. So now, imagine you are facing an elite opponent, only with Stampede. Regardless from your pet power, with the old script, you would have done 9 divided by 2 basic damage, then 9 multiplied by 1.5 twice, which gives 31.5 basic damage. With the new one, you will do 9 divided by 2 basic damage, then 15 then 21. Which gives 40.5. This is a very high augmentation, especially against an enemy with 50% damage reduction. For example, if your pet has 260 power, it will deal 567 damage in 3 turns, but there is more. Damage are highly increased with the use of Black Claw or Wild Magic. Which leads to a conclusion. The best use today for these technique, is to consider Immolation, Scorched Land, Immolate, Poisonous Fang, Black Claw, Wild Magic as a setup technique to improve the damage dealt during the 3 turns of the Stampede. Now to illustrate this change, this is how I now deal with 3 specific fight. For one of them, I am using a collector pet. Don't worry, you can replace the treasure goblin by any other humanoid pet with wild magic. I just wanted to use him because the combination of wild magic plus portale is now godlike to set up a stampede. Let's see how I managed to defeat the elder spawn of Nailita. First I use a powerful pet, the Cinder Pup, and Immolation, to deal damage once the elder spawn's bubble is over. Then I switch to Child of Yanni, which is the only one beast that can combine high self-speed increase and stampede. Then I use a Pyre Claw to burst the elder spawn very quickly. I used here Stampede as a setup. which is why this team doesn't work anymore. Here is how I managed to defeat him now. I use Son of Skull for 3 reasons: high health pool, damage reduction against his poison effect, and Stampede to break its bubble. Then I use Hazzelnut to slow him and begin another Stampede. Then I finish him. This time, Stampede is used both to break its shield and to damage him. Now, let's see how I managed to defeat Scrosh alias Chomp, a beast from Nazjader, with a critter family. First, I use the Fellclaw Marsuol, a pet pretty much difficult to obtain, but very interesting. He can burn the enemy with fell immolation then feign death to prevent damage. Then, I add another burning effort with Scorched Land and burn him once again. I slow him in order to build a setup for my third pet, that has imperatively to do 2 techniques, Refuge and Stampede. Blocking an attack prevent him to heal himself by devouring me as well. Then, I finish him. Let's see how I deal with him now. Thanks to new Shadowland critters, I can both burst him without setup and heal myself, thanks to Drain Blood and Burst. Then tempo and finish him with a tiny elephant. There's nothing more to say, but this baby elephant is a hero. Now, to conclude. The third fight that need a drastically new method is the Blowed Leper Rat from Namarigan Dungeon with a humanoid team. The team I used once may do the job, but is not optimized. It consists of dealing to him the most damage possible, thanks to a Stampede setup and spamming the strongest technique possible from one of the strongest pet from this family. It basically put a setup with RNG together, to give me a chance of success. To give me more chance of winning, I decided to speed up my team, with a dazzling dance. And, once, it worked. The dungeon that comes next to Namarigan is Stradholm. In Stradholm, I had to find a counter to undead elite foes, which led to the creation of a team, specifically designed against a boss from Stradholm, Terry. As you can see, this team consists of a rebellious imp, an ashleaf spritelling and hogs. The rebellious imp, with the strongest breed possible, will deal damage from back, while the spritelling can poison the enemy and use wild magic, to improve all the damage you deal to him. The 3 techniques have a strong synergy with Stampede from hogs. Now to illustrate my new team, using the Treasure Goblin, a pet only obtainable by spending money in-game, this is how I deal with the Bloated Rat. It is pretty much the same idea from my fight against Terry, but I now consider that a pet with wild magic and portal is more interesting than a pet with poisonous leaf and wild magic. Don't buy the Treasure Goblin only because of that, the Ashleaf Sproutling does a great job as well. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.